Who am I is a question that could be rather complex than simple. It could be, I'm a 12th grade student. My name is Jess. I'm planning to go to college to play softball at Robert Morris University. To as simple as I'm gay. And this is my story. I feel like a lot of coming out stories are about like relatively the same. And it's normally around like middle school, high school time when kids realize that like they want to experiment, I guess is the word you could say. And it all starts with a curiosity that they have. But mine isn't the same. It's different. I actually knew around the time of I was around 4 or 5 years old. It all started from watching TV shows such as iCarly, who I thought, was really pretty. I know, and a lot of people say, "Oh, they're pretty, they're cute," and that doesn't mean anything. You can think that about people of the same sex. But it was a different kind of I think they're pretty. It was a kind of the feeling that you get in your chest when you like somebody. And I knew that that wasn't right. But I pushed the thoughts away and the feelings, and I just pretended they didn't exist. I don't know, that's not right. You can't feel that way, which was always embedded in my mind growing up. So it was like, no, you're crazy. But as I got older, I couldn't push those feelings or thoughts away, no matter how hard I tried. No matter what my family said, no matter the opinions I heard from others, I still felt the way I did when I was 4 years old. It's crazy to think of something that I was so scared to announce to the world. It actually wasn't as bad as I intended it to be. My friends accepted who I was. In all honesty, they guessed it. They knew ever since I was really young. They always had an idea that, I was gay, and it didn't really come off as, oh my god, I can't believe it. It was, I'm so glad you finally did it. And to my parents, my dad figured I was because of, like, the little comments I'd always make or the things I do, such as growing up and playing with, like boys' toys and, wearing boys' clothing and cross-dressing. But for my mom, that didn't go as I expected it to. At first, at least. I know when I first came out to my mother, she said, "You sure it's not a phase?" And I said, "No, Mom, it's not a phase. This is me. This is who I actually am. I've known this for the longest time." And to this day, I still think that they still believe that, and they hold on to it, because I know, like, if I have Juliana over, who's my girlfriend, and, if I have her over, it's just to my mom, just another best friend, that there is no relationship to it, there is no, love, there is no in love with her, it's love her as a friend, and that's one thing that does bother me, but I try not to let it bother me. I met Juliana my freshman year, which would have been her junior year. So I was about 15 at the time. I was still really young. And I wasn't out yet, which was the worst part of it all. There were moments where, before I came out, she didn't even know if she wanted to be with me, for that fact. Eventually, I did end up coming out for her, and we've been together for 3 years now ever since. Just like any other relationship, we've had our highs and we've had our lows. There were points where we did break up, but then we'd seamlessly end up back together. And it's like, life keeps drawing us back together, no matter, what we go through, whether it's, I did something bad or she did something bad. It's weird how it works, but it's like we always end up meeting, somehow, back to where we first started. And it's like, no matter how much damage is done, the damage is, I wouldn't say forgotten, but it's there, but it's just not talked about, if that makes sense. And I think that's what true love is about, is no matter how much damage is done, even if you think that it's broken and it can never be healed again, it ends up being healed. I don't feel very supported, if at all, in the community that I live in. We don't really have anything that, is for LGBTQ plus community. The nearest pride that you would ever see would be in Pittsburgh, which is sad because, some people actually don't want to travel to Pittsburgh to go to an event that they feel that they wish to participate in. And I feel like we should be able to do things locally for those people to feel like they are, I guess you could say, appreciated in their community, or they feel important, because I feel like that's what a lot of people in the LGBTQ want to feel is important to, like, everybody else.